Hey everybody, we are so glad to have you join us for 10 TV Plus, the Weather Impact Show. Meteorologists Meredith, Garofalo, and Aaron White, we are here for you today.
Happy Monday, and it's a little bit of a different Monday after a beautiful weekend. I mean, all the sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. I went out paddleboarding on a Buckeye Lake, and it was just beautiful day. A lot of boats out. A lot of people actually saw a couple of jet skis going by, and just everyone having a good time.
And I was out on the patio. So many restaurants opening their patios. People just, soaking up the sun. Of course, you got to remember the sunscreen.
Of course,
most important. But what a great day. But,
yeah, and Mother's Day, of course, a beautiful Mother's Day. So everyone enjoying a perfect weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we actually have something exciting that's happening right now. Before we go to the forecast, I want to go to this video because if you didn't get a chance to see the moon last night, take a look tonight. You will see the May's full moon, also known as the flower moon. It got the nickname to signify the many blossoms of spring. May's full moon is also what's called a micromoon. So what happens is this is when the moon is at its greatest distance from the Earth. So it appears smaller than a typical full moon, kind of like an optical illusion. But the next full moon will not take place until June 11th. But I think what's cool about this moon, and we'll talk about that a little bit as well, is the moon actually already peaked at 100%, but we have a better chance tonight at moonrise this evening to see it look very good. But unfortunately, here's the problem. We've got clouds out there. No bueno.
No.
We need it to be a
Gotta
clear
get rid of those
sky.
clouds.
I know. Come on, Aaron.
We'll get there.
You're supposed to do that. We're supposed to try to get rid of that. But for today, we do have scattered showers we'll be keeping a close eye on throughout the afternoon and early evening. And then we have some energy that's going to be in the atmosphere. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we're actually going to have some chances of thunderstorms. Right now, not looking severe. But then by Thursday, the 80s are back in our forecast. So we had some clouds with some peaks of sun earlier today. Let's move the clock ahead. By the lunchtime, again, we had some clouds push through, but continuing to stream in from the south, which is actually also why we have such warmer air coming into our region, some warm air advection taking place. We have the storm system that's bringing in some rain. So you can see for the commute home, we might have some soggy streets, might have some ponding of water with some heavier downpours. So just drive carefully this evening. But you can see still getting some rain even as we go after that into the early evening. And then as we go overnight, there is going to be partly cloudy skies, a little bit of clearing. So I think Tuesday's sunrise will be beautiful just like this morning. Aaron and I love to see your pictures and videos, so make sure to take them and send them in to us. And then as we go into the day on Tuesday, yet again, as I mentioned, chances of showers in the forecast. Could be heavy at times, but we're going to have a little extra energy. And that's what really helps get those storms fired up. So there is a chance as we go into the afternoon, you can see picked up here these little pockets, almost look like little cells there. We'll have to watch those to see if we can get some activity, some thunderstorms, continuing to see that chance as we go into the afternoon and early evening before things start to clear up as we go into Tuesday night. And then looking ahead to Wednesday, probably a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy day with the way things are setting up. And it does look like we could get, again, some afternoon pop-up showers, not widespread, more hit or miss for us. And you can see that continues into the afternoon. And this is a pattern over the next couple of days we're going to get used to. We're going to continuously see this and then have some clearing overnight. So maybe not the best to look at the moon tonight, but over the next couple nights, it won't be at the fullest, but it'll still be pretty bright out there in the sky. Now, as we look ahead, we are going to continue to see this trend of our temperatures staying average for us, but we could start to see more precipitation, which is really evident with what we've been seeing over the next couple of days. But for the rest of the day today, again, hitting those mid to low 70s for afternoon highs. Don't be surprised if you come out heading home from work and you do have some raindrops or a brief shower. And then as we go into tonight, again, a little bit of a break before our chances of showers and storms come back into the forecast for tomorrow. Scattered showers and again, throwing in some isolated thunderstorm chances, 75 for the high. So we're starting to go back up. And just like I mentioned earlier, we have 80s back in the forecast by Thursday and Friday, and we actually stay nice and warm. I mean, I feel like a lot of pools wait to open until after Memorial Day, but I don't know if you've got a pool, maybe Thursday and Friday is looking good for you.
Yeah, not bad at all. I know at my pool at my apartment opened up last weekend, and it was interesting because it was during the time when we were kind of cool and rainy and stuff. I'm like, no one's going to go to the pool, but over this past weekend, of course, it was beautiful. And then, yeah, Thursday, Friday, mid to maybe upper 80s. I mean, that's perfect weather for the pool. go out to the lake, enjoy some time, maybe an early weekend on Friday, maybe not a bad idea.
Oh my gosh, I'm not feeling well. Actually, you're already off, so you're good.
I'm off, so I'll take Thursday and Friday. It's going to be a perfect couple of days. And even next Sunday, looking nice with sunshine and 76. Can't beat that. But also what's been interesting here the last few days, it was really hot across the upper Midwest. Parts of northwest Minnesota hit 100 yesterday.
Ooh, no thanks.
Which is wild to think about, just that heat so far north too. But also the dry conditions across that region, but also into parts of Canada has led to some fires ongoing right now. And that's actually led to some haze in the area. We actually saw a little bit of that haze here in Ohio. Over the weekend, on Sunday, there was a little bit of haze. It wasn't really that thick, so it didn't affect the air quality, thankfully. But there's a lot of fires that are currently burning in the last few days here into Manitoba, just north of west of Winnipeg there, and into parts of Saskatchewan. So as fires continue to burn, all that smoke's going to get lofted into the air. It's going to get picked up by the upper level winds. And, depending on where that wind direction is, if it's out of the north and west, that's going to flow down that smoke into the upper Midwest and potentially even here into Ohio. Now, as we look at the projection for the smoke, the overall flow is coming from the south because of that system that's going to bring us the chances for rain here the next few days. So that's good news for us here in Ohio. We're not going to really see any of that smoke. It's all going to really get pushed further to the north and stay really into Canada here as we go through today, tomorrow, and even into the day on Wednesday. But as fires do continue to burn, well, it is something we're going to have to watch as we go through the next several weeks. Of course, like we have to every spring into summertime as those fires are burning in Canada and into parts of the Pacific Northwest. Eventually, we will see some wildfire smoke, more hazy skies, and that can in turn affect air quality at some point. So we definitely are going to be watching that.
Yes, and a lot of interesting pattern changes and things have been happening, but I'm not sure if you felt the ground shake actually in our eastern Ohio viewing area. Last week, you actually weren't alone. The U.S. Geological Survey confirmed a 2.9 magnitude earthquake just south of Guernsey County. It struck near Pleasant City just before 3:15 Friday afternoon. That was the fourth quake in the area since mid-April.
Yeah, pretty wild. And what was interesting, there was another quake near Knoxville, Tennessee on Saturday, a little bit stronger one. I think a lot of them are due to fracking, but still interesting to talk about quakes, and especially when you can actually feel it a little bit and see, like, the ceiling fan maybe shaking or little things like that.
I lived in California, and I had my first 3.3 earthquake or whatever, and I remember waking up and the windows were shaking and there was no truck coming by, and it really literally jolted me, no pun intended.
The only one I've ever felt, I was in Kansas. This was when I was in college. There was a quake in Oklahoma, but it was so shallow that it traveled all the way north. Scary. It wasn't strong, thankfully, but sitting there working on homework and all of a sudden, like, see stuff shaking, like, is this an earthquake? And then social media goes wild, and I was like, oh, that's an earthquake, okay.
That's crazy.
So pretty wild.
Not just the ground shaking, you also had some video you saw of the sky just kind of opening up.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a lot of crazy weather here recently, but check out this video. This was from over the weekend. This dramatic footage caught on cameras. This is at Pensacola Beach, the pier there, and you can see this water spout moving on shore. So there you can see the circulation. There's a little bit of debris, and this is another angle here. You'll see it there on the right side of your screen, and eventually move to the just the left side there, and actually moving onshore. So just kind of wild video to see what's happening down there, and thankfully I don't think it caused too much damage. A lot of the debris circling around there was some stuff on the beach, but there was a special marine warning that was issued for the waters off of Pensacola, Florida, and high winds, of course, and the possibility of waterspouts, which is typical when you get some of those thunderstorms offshore. They do produce those waterspouts, but still wild when you see it actually move on shore like that. And
I think something else to remember is whether you're on a lake like Buckeye Lake or on Lake Erie, pay attention to those special marine warnings, and us as well communicating that, because sometimes they can spin up very fast, and we have seen waterspouts form on lakes. It doesn't have to be an ocean. It doesn't have to be the Gulf. It doesn't have to be Lake Erie. It can be a lake. And just don't want to take any chances.
Just really any body of water and stuff, and it happens here in Ohio, it happens on the Great Lakes, it happens, of course, near the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic Coast and everything. And something interesting, we don't have video of this, but I saw it on social media. There was a little circulation. You know those little whirlwinds you get with the leaves and stuff? Well, I saw a video of a little whirlwind like that, but it was over a pool, like somebody's pool. So you actually had a circulation. So I'm like, could you call that a waterspout? Probably not, but I was just like, oh, that's a different angle to see a little circulation on a pool.
As long as your float doesn't get in it, because then you'd be getting dizzy and be like, oh, my stomach.
Oh, no. But hey, still some wild stuff. And
seriously.
Hopefully we'll have some quieter weather. Of course, you saw the forecast Thursday and Friday looking like the days to enjoy.
We are looking forward to it. You should too. And thanks always for joining us here for your weather update on 10 TV Plus. Coming up later tonight at 6, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Mertz will be in. Until then, you can catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com, and have a great afternoon.